Really?
Mark.
Chinese.
It's gonna be awesome.
It is gonna be awesome. Just it's what a wealth of entertainment.
Oh.
Got that one?
Got it.
Did you want to still do an insert on that? I'll be sucking in my gut on this one. I hope that's cool.
Bet you can't do that.
Don't eat the milk. That's not what you do. Tell me if you see too much Bruce Willis in this one, because I'm going to give a little Bruce.
Okay. Cool. You want a little bit, Bruce, but not.
You don't want to go too Bruce.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Okay, we're rolling. Huh?
That's
okay.
That's Bobby.
Are we set?
Yeah.
Bruce. Okay. This is Bruce.
Ready and.
I guess just give me a Bud Light. Breathe. Third act. Remember the music.
Breathing is good here. That's good.
Breeding. Let's breed. There's coconut in it.
You know, made the Venus run a bunch of times, and Jupiter, Uranus, you name it. And then along came.
Sometimes you read a script and it just grabs a hold of you and does not let go. I was never going to let anyone else play Jim. I see 5,000 men and women changing their lives for 5,000 different reasons.
I found the characters who would be involved in this story intriguing. Humanity's flight to the stars, the greatest migration in human history. It's the biggest story there is.
You've got a combination of people working on this.
This is Aurora.
Aurora.
It creates a kind of an atmosphere that I think suffuses the film.
It's very rare that you find yourself in a situation where you're playing with a minimal amount of people in a cast in a huge, vast, almost infinite space.
I think we were very fortunate to have Chris because he combines a wonderful comical acuity, but he also has a very deep soul as a person and as an actor.
Chris just has such a warmth and such a humorous side of him that he gives you this everyman feel going through this experience.
Maybe I missed something. I could use a hand. That's all.
Message will arrive in 19 years.
Wait, what?
Earliest reply in 55 years. That will be $6,012.
Chris is very different than Jim. That was interesting to watch him go from Chris Pratt to this shy, insecure person.
I'm sorry. I think I may be in
Hold
the
all
wrong.
questions till the end, please.
This rig is really hard to do. I mean, if you aren't physically fit, you can have a hard time.
They got me floating in this spacesuit. This is kind of cool.
The spacesuit is real heavy, probably about 80 pounds or 100 pounds. Takes 45 minutes to put on or take off. And we're hanging on these suits, and each boot weighs 20 pounds, and my helmet weighs another 40 pounds, and they're saying, it doesn't look like you're weightless. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not. First of all, I weigh a lot, but these boots weigh a lot too, man.
It's some of the best zero-G work that I've ever done on film. The fact that he was able to do it himself and not just a stunt person really does speak volumes about Chris.
It's really difficult, but I feel like I'm cut out for that type of work, especially the physical stuff. I get mentally exhausted way before I get physically exhausted. Not to brag, but my brains are in my glutes, bro.
Merci beaucoup.
That was so good.
It wasn't easy getting a reservation.
In the weirdest way, I feel like being trapped was what Aurora finally needed. Aurora would have always struggled to settle down with somebody because she would have always been doing what she's always doing with life and with work, always looking around the corner to see what's coming next. Why are we here?
You'll see.
If they weren't on the ship, she would have never given him a chance.
Okay.
She would have done what we all do in our heads and looked at the checklist and, oh, this is missing, this doesn't work. Is he asking me on a date? I'm not like Aurora, where being trapped would calm me down. I would be like a bumblebee on a window, bumping against it. This time, this time, this time.
Arthur is programmed to be the greatest bartender ever. He's able to have conversation, he's able to make a fantastic martini.
I envy you, Arthur.
How so?
You have a purpose.
How's your book coming along?
He's a good listener, great for topical conversation, but it's really just something that's imitating a human instead of having to deal with robots.
What's fun for me to explore as the character is how human-like he can be and how much you can forget that he's android.
Say you were trapped on a desert island. I've never been on an island.
And then suddenly you hit a kind of a strange wall where you're suddenly reminded, oh no, this is not a human being.
Let's say you figured out how to do something that would make your life 1,000,000 times better, but you knew it was wrong. Jim, these are not robot questions.
In a way, Arthur's a tease. Ultimately, there's nobody in there.
And the Avalon is part badass spaceship and part luxury cruise liner.
We have a script that's all about isolation and their sort of mental state about being alone. And so immediately you have a spaceship that needs to be enormous, basically the equivalent of the Titanic in space.
Everything was very beautiful. It just looked very different to me than anything I've seen before.
Trying to get Jennifer to feel like she's floating in zero gravity within the pool was a whole other thing, because you're battling different forces of physics. There's the water that has its own entrapment and physical embodiment, but then there's also her floating with the water and floating a little bit out of the water. And so they were able to use this underwater rig that can kind of move her up and down within it, but also give her the ability to still be floating.
And we have that sort of floating, almost embryonic shot against the stars to remind us how fragile everything is. We're lucky enough to have a lot of great reference, because on the space station, they have begun to do a lot of tests with what water does do. And the thing we're discovering is it's completely supportive of what we think water is going to do in space. So the key moment in that sequence for us, when we know we've done our job, is if the science behind what water does do in zero gravity feels real.
Welcome to the observatory. What can I show you?
We're supposed to land soon. I'm the only one awake.
I don't understand. What can I show you?
Show me Homestead 2.
Homestead 2 is the fourth planet in the Bhakti system.
Right? And where are we?
We are in transit from Earth to Homestead 2. We will arrive at approximately 90 years.
What?
We land on Homestead 2 in 90 years, 3 weeks and 1 day.
No. Wait. How long ago did we leave Earth?
Approximately 30 years ago.
I woke up too soon. Oh my God! Hi, I'm Chris Pratt. You did great!
This is the time when Chris starts wearing my shoes. I had to tell him to stop being so happy.
It's not so intentional, it's just kind of my personality. So big in scope, so grand in scale.
It's an enormous set, so you get this slightly heightened reality.
Very nice.
Beautifully designed environments.
Oh, this is a starship. It's about adventure, romance, humor. Does that seem fishy to you? And it's spectacle, all wrapped up in one movie.
So did you like the trailer? Well, I've got some interesting facts on the movie in that Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt were both not the first choice for the lead roles. Reese Witherspoon, Rachel McAdams and Emily Blunt were all, at different times, cast in a lead female role, but dropped out during development, and Keanu Reeves was attached to the lead male role. Also on changing roles, Mark Forster and Brian Kirk were previously attached to direct before Moulton Tilden got the job. Now, careful with the spoiler here. Now, you can obviously see the chemistry between Lawrence and Pratt from the video, but the actress claimed that she was extremely nervous performing her sex scene with her co-star, since it was not only her first sex scene, but the first time she had even kissed an actor who was married in real life. Lawrence further claimed that she drank alcohol to fortify herself the day of filming the scene. So, are you excited for the movie? Let me know in the comments below. And remember to subscribe, if you haven't already done it, to our channel for all the latest trailer releases.